If you hold Ripple's XRP, this is absolutely massive. In this document right here, Ripple's partner SBI Holdings, along with 7 central banks across the world, all announced their involvement in Project Agora, a collaborative effort spearheaded by the Bank for International Settlements. And in this video, I'm going to break down the connection for you and why this is such a big deal for XRP. I've translated this document for you to make it really easy to read over on Twitter. For everyone that thinks XRP was just designed for banks and massive institutions, then they're hiding the true value of XRP on a private ledger. We have to play this clip right here from Brad Garlinghouse. Also what US Congressman Tom Emmer just said about Gary Gensler. Where we are in terms of the global liquidity index and how we move through cycles in spring, summer, fall, and winter. What's about to happen over the next few months for the stock market with the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by 50 basis points. How this is going to affect Total 3, which is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, virtually every single altcoin that you hold. And where we are in the macro market cycle for Bitcoin and the reason why it is time to lock in over the next few months, especially for the altcoin market, as we see a massive recovery over the next 24 hours. So comment 777 if you guys are feeling bullish, if you're feeling blessed today, and if you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree. As always, confirm it by tapping the subscribe button, giving this video a like. Let's run it.
And Professor Siegel, this is what you thought the Fed should do, not necessarily what you thought they would do. What's your reaction this morning?
This was the best news I've heard from the Fed in years. And by the way, let me guarantee you an all-time high for the stock market today. There's not going to be a back and forth the way there is yesterday. And the word recalibration is extremely significant. I think what they did is they said, listen, we're 100% towards our target on employment. We've got that back to normal. We're 80 to 100%, depending on what data you use on inflation. And we haven't moved at all until yesterday on the Fed funds. We say, the neutral Fed funds is 2.9%. And, why aren't we closer? We're now thinking about that gap, which is exactly what I talked about a month ago. Not these baby steps. Think about the gap. And now it is remarkable. In the June meeting, they thought there was going to be 1 cut by year end. Now the September meeting, and by the way, the data hasn't been all that much different. Now 4 cuts. 2 that we had yesterday, 1 at each of the other meetings. And by the way, I've been looking at the market, figuring in what I see, and they expect 1 cut at every meeting over the next 6 meetings that we're going to have through June of next year. That will bring the Fed funds rate down 200 basis points to 3.33%, which is where I think it should be. So, this is fantastic news for the market.
All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So today's a good day in the crypto market. Bitcoin up $63,000, up 6% the past 24 hours, and it's just a sea of green. Solana up 11%, XRP's up, Dogecoin's up, Chainlink is up. So your whole portfolio should be up from what it was yesterday because now there's clarity on what the Fed is going to do. So interesting, I thought the markets were going to take a quick dip, and I was wrong. And I'm good with being wrong because, I'm holding this whole time because I talked about the macro. That's the most important thing we need to focus on in this video. What happens in the short term is irrelevant. Whether the price goes up, goes down, goes sideways, there's 2 types of markets, a trending market and a ranging market. And we've been trending down since the 25th of March. So if you bought at the end of the March, your whole portfolio is still down. But if you bought in the 11th of September of 2023, your whole portfolio is up. So it depends when you get into the market. So when I say lock in right now, over the next year, it is going to be insane what's going to happen to altcoins. And I'll explain why in this video. And I'm going to show you guys the stock to flow for Bitcoin and talk about global liquidity and all that good stuff. Because looking at the Total 3 chart, we can see a bearish cross took place on the 22nd of April. And we were in this downtrend on the MACD alongside the price chart. Same thing with the relative strength index. The relative strength index topped out at 88.88 and it started trending down. We can see the RSI-based moving average right here in yellow. And if the RSI flips that and holds it as support, we could see a bounce back up to 70 as we see a trend reversal. Now we do need to flip this bearish channel that we've been in, this descending resistance. And a key resistance that we're going to look at is the high of 15th of July. This zone right here is going to act as resistance. And if we can break that and hold it as support, then leading into election, it's going to be absolutely incredible. And so looking at the price chart right now, and then looking at these three indicators right here, the MACD, the relative strength index, and the stochastic RSI. If we look at the stochastic RSI, the K line is at 33, the D line is at 24. We confirmed a bullish cross down here, and we saw several bullish cross happen since like the 6th of May. So it's been very indecisive for the stochastic RSI, but now that we're above 20, if we see a continuation to the upside for the stochastic RSI, then the relative strength index, I would expect to break the moving average right here. That's at 48. It's above it, so it did break it. It just needs to hold it as support to see a bounce closer to 70. And also we can see momentum shifting on the histogram on the MACD from bearish with these red candles right here to these light pink looking candles back to 0 on the histogram. And also the MACD line is still below the signal line. So when we see a bullish cross where the blue line on the MACD line crosses above the signal line in orange, then in my opinion, that would signal the true start of a much larger breakout. So leading into October, I expect the markets to be bullish. So the real question is, what would signal a massive reversal in the market for the chart to go up towards the end of this year leading into 2025? Well, it would be based on Bitcoin, but also based on the stock market too, because the crypto market is lagging behind the stock market right now. As you guys can see, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is forming a new all-time high right now at over 42,000 with this rate cut taking place. And so when we look back to the past, obviously we just share data in these videos. I'm not a financial advisor. You should consult your financial advisor. These videos are purely for data, information, educational purposes only. And investing in stocks, crypto is risky. You could lose money in these markets. So as always, do your own research. Don't buy or sell anything we talk about. But when we look at data based on the past, what happened the last time that the Fed cut rates, we saw a 7 to an 8% short-term crash in the Dow Jones Industrial Average, followed by 200 plus days of rallying to a new all-time high before COVID took place. And then the Fed drastically cut rates after that. But during that whole period of that 200 days, you can see the Fed cut rates again, and then paused from October of 2019 until February of 2020. It was like 218 days during that time frame, while the markets rallied all the way up another 17%. And so in my video yesterday, I talked about how this was my expectation. So I don't care, and I know you don't care either because you're watching this video, about what happens in the short term. So with the market seeing a short-term sell-off, I talked about how we would continue up while the Fed decides to continuously cut rates over the next several few meetings, and we form a parabolic blow-off top. And then what this is going to look like, in my opinion, which again, I could be wrong. A lot of the times in the short term, I'm wrong, but I'm not focused on having the first laugh. I'm focused on having the last laugh. It's about winning the war and not the battle. What I think is going to happen here is we're going to form a parabolic blow-off top, and we see the chart do something like this. And then I expect a massive crash going into 2026, leading us into the biggest economic, bear market that's going to then last several years to try and break out of here. And so this is the last chance, in my opinion. This is the last bull run to make life-changing wealth. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until the bear market bottom comes in, and who knows where that'll be. I mean, that might be like 2027, 2028. We don't know, but we know that we're in a bull market right now. And so with the Fed's first rate cut happening yesterday and the market's responding positively to that, well, the Fed usually cuts rates this deep in response to like recession fears. And so the real question is, if we go into recession, the last time before, the 2019 rate cut that the Fed dropped rates was all the way back here in 2007. And right when they dropped rates, the markets rallied up, another 10% for like 30 days or something like that. So that rally up didn't last very long. And then we started the bear market from 2007 to 2009. The time before then, the markets had already topped out after they paused rates, but we had already gone from like insanely high rates to then lowering rates down to nothing. So this was a very different economic climate. So to try and compare to like 2000 or 2007 to 2009. A more comparable situation would be, 2019, because of how much liquidity is out there, how much debt is out there. Because back in the year 2000, there really wasn't that much money in the Fed's balance sheet. If we look right here, even in 2007 to 2009, look at the Fed's balance sheet on the left-hand side of the screen, guys. We were all the way down here. And once the subprime mortgage crash happened, they had to save the economy somehow. And so they just started printing an insane amount of money and loading up on their balance sheet, loading up on bonds and all of that stuff. And we just saw their balance sheets erupt and skyrocket. And they've been contracting on their balance sheet with QT. And the Fed is about to issue QE again, and the money printer going off the absolute chain. And so, like I said, over the past few months, this does not contract forever. We go through periods of tightening and then easing or expanding, and we're about to go into an expansion. And this plays in line perfectly with Bitcoin stock to flow model that I brought up over the past 3 or 4 years, talking about the days until the next halving in this color code here from red until purple. So always after Bitcoin's halving, every single cycle, it's no different. We go through some sort of consolidation pattern. And I talked about this, and I'll play a clip from one of my previous videos about where we were from like April until October of 2023 and my expectations of what I saw happening next. It is extremely unlikely that any Ripple summary will occur before Bitcoin's price halving. It'll most likely occur after it. And so, we have till 2024 before everything's resolved, but nonetheless, Ripple's most likely gonna win. I mean, they've already been winning the entire lawsuit, so it's just dragging it out is all that it's doing. So the world's a stage, this is a show, and you better have your popcorn ready and get ready to back up the trucks as we look at Bitcoin right now in terms of the stock to flow model, in terms of days until the next halving right here. It color codes it. We've talked about this many times in previous videos, from red to, like a dark purple violet color, and then it halves, and Bitcoin's halving is coming up, May and April 2024. So, right around here. And if we look back at the last time that Bitcoin was around this stage right here, well, what happened? Well, where we are right now, okay, so we are going from blue to purple right here. Now, looking at the last time, what happened when we went from blue to purple? We saw Bitcoin rally from $6,800 upwards of $10,000, and then see a correction happen, coming in March for the Black Swan event that took place. So Bitcoin rallied up until, if there wasn't COVID, Bitcoin would have most likely kept going up. But COVID, Black Swan event, then the CARES Act came out, stimulus, then pumped money into the markets. And that's why we saw the bull run even bigger than you could imagine. The time before then, leading into the 2016 to 2017 bull run, Bitcoin was roughly around $400. It traded sideways for a long period of time, from the rally up in November all the way until May. So that took a long time for Bitcoin consolidating sideways. But once Bitcoin turned purple, we saw a rally upwards of $758, followed by a correction right before the halving. Then after the halving, Bitcoin went on a massive rally. The time before then, in 2012, Bitcoin consolidated sideways when it went from blue to purple, rallied up right before the halving, correction, and then Bitcoin halved, and then we saw a rally up from there. So will we see something like that take place right now? Will we just see Bitcoin consolidate sideways like it's done every single time, rally up when it turns purple, right before the halving, correction, then the halving, and then we take off from there? I think that that's the most likely case scenario. So I don't expect anything really crazy to happen for Bitcoin the rest of this year, other than it trading between $25,000 to $40,000, maybe it trading upwards of $50,000, then it corrects, up to the stock to flow line. I would expect something like that to take place, because we're at 27,978 right here. The stock to flow is 51,000. We're well below it. Each time in the past, other than 2012, we've rallied up to the stock to flow line and then seen a correction. Like right here, you guys can see this rally up, correction back to the stock to flow line, but we were above it, leading up to COVID. The time before then, if we were to look back here, consolidating below the line, turn purple, rally above it, correction to the line, Bitcoin halved, then Bitcoin corrected down even further, and then it went on the bull run. So leading up to Bitcoin's halving could be a rally, and then after Bitcoin's halving, it's going to take some time before we see Bitcoin really start going crazy. So it'll be interesting timing based on XRP as well too, because I would expect, XRP to see most of its momentum in 2025. That's what I would be expecting. So you guys are still early right now. So this is played out to the T, where we rallied above the stock to flow line, and now we're correcting into it. And now that we're shifting from red to orange, the next move up is very similar to what happened last cycle. So if we compare it to the last cycle, we were above the stock to flow line though when we were going from red to orange. We were trending right at it. And then when we went from orange to yellow, we soared well above it. And then the next major correction was going from yellow to light green, going back below the stock to flow line. And then the double top right up here for light green, and then the bear market kicking in. The cycle before then, right around 2016, going until 2017, when we went from orange to yellow, we started working our way on out of here, and we kept getting rejected from the stock to flow line until we broke it, going into the parabolic blow off top for light green, then the bear market kicked in. And so the stock to flow line at this phase was at $4,000, then the market's topped out at nearly $20,000, well extended above the stock to flow line. The cycle before then, we saw the same thing happen where we went well above the stock to flow line going from red to orange, and then from orange to yellow, we saw this massive consolidation period back to the stock to flow line, then a parabolic blow off top well above the line. The line was at $177. Bitcoin went all the way upwards of $1,100. So where are we right now in terms of the stock to flow line? Well, we are below the stock to flow line, sitting at like $63,000 when this video started out, whereas the stock to flow line right now shows that Bitcoin should be relatively at $104,000. So Bitcoin is undervalued right now compared to the stock to flow model. Now, what's interesting there is for the next rally up going from orange to yellow, that could put Bitcoin anywhere between $100,000 to, I mean, it's anyone's guess, but $150,000, I think, for the next rally up, before we see another consolidation period. And then that consolidation period would last anywhere from, 1 month, 3 months, maybe 6 months, maybe longer. We don't know how long that will last for. But right now, in my opinion, I think the market is going to continuously trend up going into election in early 2025. And then we'll see something similar to what we saw happen from March to where we are now, where the markets cool off, they sell off, they coil up sideways, and we go into a range-bound market. And it's boring. People leave the market, whereas newbies are going to be buying in on the way up. And once you see your family members and your relatives around Christmas time start asking you, hey, what should I be buying into? Like, what should I buy? What are you buying right now? And then all of a sudden your taxi driver is talking about it, your Uber driver, your Lyft driver is talking about it. Then that's most likely the best time to start hedging out and taking some profits for the next cool off period in the market, like we've gone through the past few cycles. Because as you can see right here, when we went from red to orange, Bitcoin rallied all the way upwards of $40,000, then came back down to $30,000. And this was a very quick correction because it recovered fast out of that. But from yellow to light green, this was a much deeper crash for Bitcoin, going from like $63,000 down to $30,000, over 50%. That scared a lot of people. The cycle before then, there was a lot more periodic, rallies, crashes, rally, crash, rally, then bear market, going from red to yellow, getting rejected from the stock to flow line. So looking at the stock to flow line right now, this goes all the way up, guys, to over $400,000. And so my price prediction conservatively for the end of this bull run for Bitcoin is $190,000. But if we go upwards of $400,000 into a blow off top, like we've done every single bull run cycle prior to this based on the stock to flow line, where you can see light green extends well above the plateaued part of the stock to flow line in red right here, then that could put Bitcoin at about $500,000. If that happens from where we are right now, that's about a 7 to a 10x for Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin does that, I'm not saying it will, but if it does that this cycle, altcoins are going to go absolutely parabolic. So we're seeing global adoption really start. Regulation is coming to the industry, and the state of Louisiana in the United States became the first in the nation to accept Bitcoin via the Lightning Network, along with their ability to accept USD stablecoins. So we're seeing stablecoin regulation come towards the end of this year, and this is going to come right in time for Ripple's stablecoin to launch as well too. This is no coincidence, guys. So that brings me to this document. I think this is Japanese or Chinese. But it looks like Japanese to me. Correct me in the comments below. But in this document from SBI Holdings, who's a Ripple partner, along with 7 central banks, Bank of France, Bank of Japan, Bank of Korea, Bank of Mexico, Swiss National Bank, Bank of England, and the Federal Reserve, Bank of New York, and the Institute of International Finance all announced their involvement in Project Agora. Now, Project Agora, meaning marketplace in Greek, is created by the Bank for International Settlements. Now, the Bank for International Settlements is the central bank of central banks. And this marketplace aims to enhance cross-border transactions by integrating tokenized central bank money and private bank deposits through a flexible public and private financial platform. This project focuses on improving financial system functionality while preserving the two-tiered structure of money, utilizing smart contracts and programmability to offer more efficient and convenient cross-border services. So SBI Ripple over in Asia created a joint venture between Ripple and SBI Holdings, and they aim to create the Internet of Value across Japan and Asia by combining both companies' expertise through RippleNet. And through RippleNet, participants can easily connect with financial institutions via a single API to instantly and reliably transfer money in over 40 currencies to more than 70 countries. SBI Ripple Asia provides this service to banks and money transfer operators in Japan, South Korea, and other parts of Southeast Asia, and they are rapidly expanding. And as technology and customer behaviors evolve over the years, as we transition to, distributed ledger technology even more across these banks and consumer, we got retail and wholesale CBDCs, there's a growing demand for 24/7 real-time payments and small value transfers along with big value transfers. Additionally, cross-border e-commerce and the expansion of Japanese companies into Asia have reshaped foreign exchange needs, driving a more borderless economy. SBI Ripple Asia is working to expand this new platform to support financial institutions involved in payments and remittances. Now, I know this is a lot to digest, but SBI Remit, a part of SBI FinTech Solutions, aims to lead the global remittance market by partnering with foreign financial institutions and using Ripple's blockchain technology. So the SBI CEO, this is where he said, by 2025, every bank will be utilizing XRP. So when you know what you hold, you don't care about short-term price volatility or the markets moving sideways, because long-term, you're going to have the last laugh. SBI Remit, a subsidiary of SBI FinTech Solutions, since its inception in 2010, SBI Remit has been using the MoneyGram network to send money overseas to more than 220 countries and regions and about 350,000 locations worldwide. The total amount of remittances exceeded 1 trillion as of July of 2020. And so with them cooperating with overseas financial institutions and utilizing distributed ledger technology from Ripple, this is priming XRP to absolutely explode. Look at this right here. Ripple developed an application called RippleNet a while back that does two key things. It replaces outdated systems like SWIFT and correspondent banking, which are the reason cross-border payments remain slow and inefficient right now with 3 to 5 day transfers through ACH or wire transfers. And it leverages XRP through on-demand liquidity to streamline transactions. So how RippleNet uses XRP for on-demand liquidity is really simple. You can see at the bottom of this document right here from Ripple through account funding flow. Number one, the user funds their account at digital asset exchanges. Number two, Ripple funds the sending institution's XRP wallet with a predetermined amount of XRP. And number three, in order for Ripple to pre-fund the XRP, clients sign what's called a commit to sell agreement to permit them to hold XRP owned by Ripple. So Ripple's on-demand liquidity is going to enable fast, low-cost cross-border transfers and payments using XRP. So rather than you just believe in an opinion here, let's ask ChatGPT AI, why is this so big for XRP? What can we expect in terms of volume on chain? Give me stats, and I paste what I just read to you right there. Well, this announcement about Project Agora involving Ripple's partner SBI Holdings is huge for XRP for a few reasons. Number one, global adoption with central banks. This is going to drastically accelerate the global adoption of RippleNet and XRP because these central banks across these countries trickle down to the regional banks. And number two is Ripple's connectivity is already integrated in over 70 countries with more than 40 currencies. So XRP is going to act as a bridge currency according to ChatGPT, reducing the need for pre-funded Nostro and Vostro accounts. Number three is SBI's influence through SBI Holdings has been a major proponent of Ripple and XRP in Asia. And the statement by SBI CEO that every bank, not just a fraction, every bank will be utilizing XRP by 2025. In Japan, South Korea, Southeast Asia, those areas connect to the whole entire world because they're not just doing business with each other, they're doing business with other countries. And so financial platform expansion by integrating private bank deposits and central bank money via tokenization and smart contracts, XRP is going to play a vital role in settlement layers, providing the liquidity needed for instantaneous global payments. We have a liquidity issue in the banks right now. So in terms of expected on-chain volume, the current RippleNet volume handles billions of dollars in cross-border payments volume annually. Through this collaboration, we could see RippleNet's annual volume increase exponentially, especially with full implementation by 2025. Potential volume from CBDCs, depending on how those develops with the 7 central banks and other central banks out there that they haven't announced yet, that Brad Garlinghouse confirmed in an interview that they're working with, that they just haven't told anybody because of various reasons like non-disclosure agreements. CBDCs are expected to process trillions of dollars in transactions worldwide once widely adopted. So number 3, XRP's liquidity role. If XRP becomes the main liquidity provider, right, there's going to be a ton for these transactions. On-chain volume could rise significantly. Ripple's on-demand liquidity already saw a 9x increase in volume year over year in 2022. The involvement of central banks could push this even further. So some key stats to pay attention to. 70 plus countries. Ripple is already in use in more than 70 plus countries with over 40 currencies supported. 40 to 50 million transactions they process just in 2022 alone. And with central bank involvement happening, regulation coming in, this is going to multiply several times over the next few years. And on-demand liquidity growth, it grew over 900% year on year just in 2022 alone. And with CBDCs coming online, we could see ODL transactions in the trillions within the next few years. So don't just take my word for it. ChatGPT is saying this partnership places XRP in a prime position to be the settlement asset for global cross-border transactions with massive volume potential coming from both traditional finance and new digital currencies. And it's not just based on hype here. This is based on facts and official documentation that I've been sharing with you over the years from these banks, from these financial institutions, telling you exactly what their plans are.
Ripple is building applications that sit on top of these open source technologies, like the XRP ledger, which is open source, available to everybody, decentralized, and ILP, same thing, open source. Everybody can build on it. Nobody owns it, decentralized. But Ripple, as a company, builds an application called RippleNet. RippleNet does two things, two main things. One, it replaces things like SWIFT and correspondent banking, which are really at the heart of why cross-border payments are so antiquated, so expensive, and also are so prone to error. And when there's so little transparency into, okay, I sent my money, it hasn't been received for days, where is it?
Right.
You can't answer that in today's system. So RippleNet allows you to get that instant two-way communication, instant delivery from sender to the receiver, without errors, because it's atomic. It's with certainty. So that's one kind of key solution. And then the other solution is using XRP, using a digital asset, which we refer to as on-demand liquidity. So how do you also get rid of this problem of the world having trillions of dollars tied up in liquidity because payments take so long, and then either you're using a correspondent, which is very inefficient, bad experience, or you're having it to be big enough to have money placed all over the world. XRP, through this on-demand liquidity, makes it so a enterprise doing cross-border payments only has to hold local currency, and that's it. And then everything else can be utilized on demand to reduce those balances, and therefore the costs and the risks and the capital needs that you have in today's antiquated system.
What are your thoughts on XRP, security or not?
I think it's very clear XRP is not a security. There's a whole bunch of kind of base layer reasons for that. One of the most important, I think, is if Ripple, the company, shut down, XRP trades on over 100 exchanges around the world, and XRP would continue to trade. Ripple is one important participant in the XRP ecosystem, but there are a whole bunch of participants.
So going back to XRP use cases, you were talking about how ecosystems expanding well beyond Ripple, examples like Coil and Omni. What other use cases are you excited to see blossom in 2019?
Well, 2018, we announced for the first time this project we call Spring, and we hired a gentleman named Ethan Beard to run that project, who I think couldn't have been a more perfect fit in terms of his skill set. We've announced a number of deals in this space. Certainly there's a number of deals that we have worked on that we haven't announced yet, but I think we want to look at anything that takes advantage of XRP's uniqueness as a extremely fast, extremely low-cost transactions. And there are examples that we have talked about publicly. We announced a small investment in a company called Securities recently. We're going to continue to do deals like that and see the overall ecosystem grow. And I think we made good progress in 2018, but you should definitely expect more from us than that in 2019.
You even came across beyond the work of Spring, but just an example of a travel site that's now accepting XRP for payment.
Travala, I think is the name of it, is accepting XRP for payments for travel transactions. And again, I think in the long run, the most effective way to prove out what we're doing is to see this real world organic development, and we're seeing a lot of that happen.
You gonna book a trip with XRP?
Absolutely.
Now, what I'm expecting to happen is once the news comes out about the SEC not appealing the case, I mean, it would be stupid for them to appeal it. Either way, this lawsuit is virtually done. It's pretty much over. We're just waiting for the appeal. And once that news comes out, alongside global liquidity expansion, alongside Bitcoin going up, this is just going to positively impact XRP. And also, we got congressmen like Tom Emmer saying he looks forward to working with Donald Trump to fire Gary Gensler.
I look forward to working with Donald Trump and pounding a stake into the heart of the administrative state. And that is one of the prime examples, Gary Gensler at the SEC, and he should be fired. He is not, he's gone well beyond, frankly, he's gone against his mission.
Yeah.
The mission of the SEC is to make sure that every American, doesn't matter if you're wealthy or if you're poor, has access to the greatest financial markets on the planet.
So there was a lot of skepticism about what's going to happen next in the markets because of the Fed rate cuts coming and the overall global macro market economy, wartime news. And so there was a lot of uncertainty. But now that we have some clarity on what the Federal Reserve is going to do, this is also falling in line with GMI Total Liquidity Index in terms of global liquidity with how the cycles move. If we look back, this chart traces all the way back to 2011, 2012, and you could see during summer is a period of expansion and fall is a period of expansion. Winter in blue, we've seen the markets top out and turn around and retract every single time. So where are we right now? Well, 2024, summer into fall. Well, this is expected to go into expansion because global liquidity is expanding. Money's easier, right? As the Fed drops rates, interest rates are lowering. So it's going to be cheaper for banks to take overnight loans. A lot of these companies that had a lot of assets on their balance sheet are going to become more profitable. And when companies are more profitable, well, then greed creeps up because then they start making more bold moves rather than moves to protect their capital based on high interest rates. Global debt just continues to climb upwards of nearly $36 trillion. Now this is going to go upwards of $36, $37 trillion. The interest payments on that debt alone is over $1 trillion. And I read a statistic the other day where that was more than the entire defense budget, which is absolutely insane. That's an unsustainable path, but that pumps gold, that pumps stocks, that pumps crypto. And I don't think it's going to be any different. We're going to see the final parabolic blow off top coming in fall and winter of this cycle, and that's 2025 to 2026. And then we see the bear market take place. So if you're watching this video right now, there is still time before this expansion happens. Do not wait until the end of 2025, because if you wait to buy in, you're going to get wrecked because the time to capitalize is now. So a lot of people have asked me, what is my number one way to earn massive crypto rewards this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage of the market cycle? Well, if you go to xrpl.to, you guys will see a lot of different altcoin projects listed on the XRP ledger. And virtually nobody knows about this, nor is anyone really paying attention to it right now because the price of XRP has been suppressed during the entire Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. But over the next few years, as Ripple and XRP gets more traction, a lot of the projects on the XRP ledger are going to gain a lot of attention. And one of my buddies showed me a project on the XRP ledger that is the first play to earn game on XRP where you're able to earn crypto rewards simply for playing the game. Now, if you guys want to see what that game is, what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below this video. All you have to do is click more when you scroll down. It'll show get started here. It'll take you to a page that looks like this. You simply just register, create a free account. You enter in your username, your email address, your password, and then your gender. And then you just click sign up at the bottom. And it's going to take you into the back office of the members area. Now I want to explain really quick the benefit of playing this game to earn crypto rewards, because the coolest part about the game is the ticker of the altcoin is literally called crypto. It's a micro cap, very, very tiny project that virtually nobody knows about right now. And one of my buddies showed me this game and I'm already earning about 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP. But there's no guarantee that you're going to earn 10 crypto per day or 1,000 XRP per day because your results are obviously going to vary playing the game depending at what level you come in at. So I want to be very clear that results aren't typical, and this is just purely for fun to see what happens for the rest of this bull run as the XRP ledger gains more adoption. So once you've created your free account through the link in the description below, the next thing that you're going to need is an XRP wallet. Now, the best wallet online right now is the Zaman wallet. And it's the largest and most secure XRP custodial cold storage wallet. So it's also a mobile app on your phone where you get your private keys for the wallet, but the best for holding XRP. And this is what you're going to need to be able to play the game to earn crypto rewards. So again, below this video, you're going to see a tutorial video right here that breaks down exactly how to set up your wallet, how to be able to fund it with XRP so you can start playing the game, and everything in between. So after you've created your free community account and you have your XRP wallet, the next step is to log in to the back office of your account. And at the top, you're going to see these 4 little icons right here. You simply click this. You go to My DGP, you scroll down, and then you click Purchase Combo. In the bottom left, you're going to click this little plus icon, so it shows 1 combo pack. Click these little 3 boxes right here, and then you purchase with your XRP wallet. And then all you need to do is open up your Zamin wallet on your phone, click this little icon right here at the bottom, and then you simply scan the code on the screen. It's going to pop up. Right now, it's 5,000 XRP to get your digital game pieces to be able to play the game and earn crypto rewards. And I'm going to show you the game in a little bit and how awesome it is, because the founder of this dumped millions of dollars in development into this game and has been working on it since 2020. So this is hands down the best play to earn game to earn crypto rewards on the XRP ledger. So I spent about 15,000 XRP on my digital game pieces because I want to be able to maximize the game. And so far, just recently, I'm earning 10 crypto per day, which is about 1,000 XRP per day. So you can do the math over the course of a month on what those rewards will look like. And I can swap crypto for XRP. So I'm just going to keep stacking my digital game pieces to maximize my crypto rewards, because you also have to take into account that crypto is the in-game currency. So as more people start catching on to the XRP ledger and they start playing the game to earn rewards, then the popularity of the crypto token will increase. So obviously there's no guarantees of any profits here, but you do not want to miss out on this as more people start learning about XRP over the next few years. So all I'm going to do to get my digital game pieces is slide to accept on my XRP wallet, and it says the payment was submitted successfully. Now all I'm going to do is refresh the page. I go to My DGP Assets, that simply stands for digital game pieces, and you're going to see I got 1 Cryptopian, a crypto land, a box, a key, a vial, and a crystal. So I'm simply just going to click claim on each of these. I'm going to open my Zamin wallet again. I'm going to click this icon right here to scan the code on the screen, and I'm just going to slide to accept. And as soon as I've claimed my digital game piece, I'm going to click reveal, and it shows me what class this is in. And one of the coolest parts about this game is each of the digital game piece reveals are random, so you could get between a level 1 to a level 10. So I'm going to click claim to reveal the land now, and then I just scan the code and slide to accept on my XRP wallet. And it just shows this little countdown thing right here as it reveals which land I have. So as you can see, that was a level 1 land. You guys might get a different level. On a previous pack, I got a level 9. And depending on the level that you get determines the crypto rewards that you earn daily. Now, after you've revealed your digital game pieces to be able to play the game to start earning crypto rewards, in the top of your back office, you click the icon right here with the 4 squares. Then you simply click the game. And then you click the button on the center of the screen that says enter the game. And then you're going to see several in-game actions here like rent, mine, thieve, govern, rule, enhance, and bank. So depending on which avatar you got will determine whether you mine, you thieve, you govern, or you rule. And then for your land, you can collect rent on your land every single day in crypto, which is awesome. So in this case, I would click on thieve, click continue. So underneath available, I simply select my Cryptopian. I select the duration in days. In this case, it'd be 1. And then I click this little icon right here. It's going to pop up this, and it shows me the daily production. In this case is 0.4 crypto tokens. So depending on when you're watching this video, crypto might be at a different price. Right now it's at about $53. So all you need to do is confirm the action, and it's going to say it's processed successfully. And then it's underneath active, and it has a countdown timer right here in terms of time remaining until it goes back into the available section again. So you can see 23 hours and 59 minutes. Now, once this is done, my crypto balance is going to top up with an extra 0.4. Right now it's at about 44.39. And if I go back to the main page and I click on rent and click continue, you can see that I have an available land that I can collect rent on. So I simply select the land. I select the amount of days that I want it to collect rent, 1 day, 3 days, or 7 days. So this can be as passive or as active as you want, but I'm gonna click this icon right here. It's gonna pop up and it's gonna show me the daily production. And then I just confirm the action. Now you can see underneath active, I have a level 1, level 4, level 8, and a level 9. And then it shows me the time remaining on each of these land pieces that are collecting rent right now in crypto rewards, which is awesome. And so at the bottom of the screen right here, you can see crypto total net. That's about 14.96 crypto tokens. So let's just round that up to 15. And if I were to swap 15 crypto for XRP, it's about 1,554 XRP. Now that's obviously not a guarantee that you're going to earn the same amount of crypto tokens, because as you can see, I have more pieces of land here because I decided to purchase more packs because I want to be able to stack up the amount of crypto tokens I earn over time throughout the rest of this entire bull run before we get into the euphoria stage. So I'm just going to continue to stack crypto tokens playing this game for fun, because as more attention gets drawn over to the XRP ledger, I can see more and more users playing crypto land for fun every single day to earn crypto rewards. So again, all you need to do right now to get started is go into the link in the description below this video, create your account. Once you have your Zamin XRP wallet and you've loaded it with XRP, following the tutorial below, then in the back office, you click the icon at the top, you click My DGP, and then you purchase your combo pack to be able to reveal your digital game pieces. So you can buy one or you can buy multiple right now, because the more combo packs that you get, the more pieces of land that you're going to be able to collect rent on each and every single day. And then if you choose to get the crypto token on the secondary market, that's up to you. Or you can just play the game for fun to be able to earn crypto rewards like I'm doing right now. So once the time expires on each of these active pieces of land, I'm going to collect all of the rent in crypto, and it's going to top up my balance right here where you can see 44. So check it out. I know you guys are going to absolutely love it. And again, we're going to have a tutorial as well too on some different strategies, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, to be able to maximize this game. That way you can benefit the entire bull run as XRP explodes. So all you need to do right now is click the links below. If you go to bullrunners.com, you're also going to get early alerts on explosive altcoins, daily market analysis videos for breaking news updates like this, and you'll discover our best ways to be able to maximize the crypto land game to earn the most amount of crypto rewards this entire bull run. Because together, we believe that the spending power of the dollar is just going to keep going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies have been going up in value over the past decade. That's the truth, and together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com through the links below. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.